I'm Cynthia Izaguirre in Dallas with a look at what's making headlines in North Texas. Officials just laid out a new plan to keep children safe inside the classroom, part of new fallout from recent misconduct allegations against several teachers in North Texas. As Aaron Heft reports, local and federal officials are addressing systemic failures that go beyond any one district.
Addressing systemic failures as well as endangering children, both state and federal officials met in Dallas today to announce a new initiative.
The culture of silence surrounding misconduct in North Texas public schools is over. Today we're announcing Project Safe Schools,
a movement towards transparency and accountability to keep children safe inside their classrooms.
Some districts have even engaged in what is referred to as passing the trash, quietly moving educators with known misconduct issues to new campuses or new districts where they hurt other children.
The U.S. Attorney's Office, FBI, Texas DPS, Kaufman County DA, the TEA, and others announcing change has arrived. Addressing the problem is statewide, and then zeroing in on our recent reporting in the charges of both a former elementary principal and special education teacher at Forney ISD.
Both individuals, as alleged in the complaint, falsified hiring documents and concealed repeated allegations of abuse. These are not allegations of negligence. They are allegations of deception.
We believe that there are more victims out there.
The panel addressing systematic failures by administrators to do their job in reporting, investigating, and mitigating the harm of children.
When it comes to protecting children, I believe all of us can agree that this is a state, local, and a federal issue.
Local, state, and federal offices now asking for voluntary self-disclosure in all districts across the state. And if a district fails to do so, looming punishment awaits.
Voluntary disclosure matters if our office uncovers concealment, delay, failure to report. There will be severe consequences associated with that.
The U.S. Attorney explaining that he is under direct order from both President Donald Trump as well as General Blanche to be the tip of the spear in both state and local law enforcement. In Dallas, I'm Aaron Heft.
We're just over 5 weeks away from the State Fair of Texas, and now we're getting our first look at some of the new food. And as Luke Clary reports, vendors are hoping lower prices to get in, and part could mean more customers this fall.
I would go straight in.
A State Fair of Texas classic. Fletcher's Corny Dog now does dessert.
This batter can literally fry or cook anything. And there was the birth of the chocolate corny dog.
Best taste sweet goes to the Fletcher's Chocolate Corny Dog, y'all.
It won the Big Tex Choice Award in the sweet category.
This is $7. I think it's the cheapest Big Tex finalist ever.
Influencers, now among the judges,
Well, hopefully in the next few days I'll get 25K on Instagram.
considering best value as they make their picks.
That looks good. I feel like in this economy, people are looking for a deal.
It comes after State Fair attendance reached its lowest point in a decade last year. A major complaint, it's getting too expensive. Organizers say they're listening and cut the cost of parking and admission.
Tickets are now $10 for kids between the ages of 3 and 12. They've knocked $2 off all adult tickets, which now range in price between $10 and $25. And it's $10 for anybody coming in after 5, Monday through Thursday. Do those price adjustments go far enough?
I hope they do. I really hope they do. And we want to make sure that the fair is a place where all people feel welcome. And that means so many things. And that can include through the affordability of the fair and of the value of the experience at the end of the day.
Berry Mean Matcha Cheesecake.
Vendors set their own prices.
15 coupons, yes.
Many telling us they're working on bringing them down.
We understand the economic. We want everybody to try it. We're not trying to price gouge.
After more than 80 years at the fair,
Smooth melting chocolate fudge.
Fletcher's hoping families can afford to keep coming back. In Dallas, I'm Luke Clary.
Some of your favorite childhood characters probably live in the pages of a book, but one North Texas author is using her stories to help children see themselves in the books they read. Daybreak's Janelle Ford has her story in today's Up in 60.
This is Lil Marco and his friends. They've got books, their own clothing line, plushies, and apparently their own room in Princeton, Texas. Well, technically, it's Sharon Jones Scaife's writer's room.
I print my own books, and I illustrate here.
A graphic designer by trade, Sharon creates all of their adventures right here in North Texas.
Which one came first? This one came first. I Miss You, Papa. My husband passed away in 2015 from lung cancer, and I was looking for a book to help my grandkids deal with grief, and I couldn't find one. So the Lord just placed on my heart to write my first book.
One book became 12 storybooks plus 16 coloring and activity books.
All of my characters are my kids, grandkids, nieces, and nephews. And little Marco is my favorite.
And as a literacy advocate, Sharon believes part of getting kids to read is giving them characters they can actually relate to.
There are more books that feature animals than visible minorities, and only 10% of children's books feature Black characters. So representation means a lot to me.
Now her readers help write the to-do list.
If people ask me, say, hey, do you have a book on hair? Give me a couple months, I'll have it. If you got dance, give me a couple months, I'll have it.
And that one I have the activity book as well.
Most weekends, you'll find Sharon selling those books at the Dallas Farmers Market or reading them at community events and pop-ups.
I just love what I do.
And that's your Up in 60.
He's been a father for just 6 months, and already he's fighting just to have the chance to watch his son grow up. A first-time dad in Justin is battling an aggressive form of brain cancer, and now he and his family are hoping for a miracle that could give him more time with his baby boy. Here's Sean Giggy.
Go see Mom. 27-year-old Shannon Weimers of Justin had only been a father for 6 months.
Yay! Good job, Lincoln!
When he found out he might only have a few more months to live.
Yeah.
Back in February, soon after Lincoln was born, this twice-deployed reserve airman was diagnosed with an aggressive form of brain cancer.
It was pretty devastating, and the first thing I thought about was my family and that I needed to be here to support them.
One morning it's the best thing ever, and the next it's like, what does tomorrow hold?
On average, people with his diagnosis have about a year to live. But because he's young and active, doctors say Shannon's odds are greater. Although, all they can really do is try to limit the spread.
However, there is a cutting-edge treatment that has shown real promise toward curing brain cancer. The only problem, it's in Germany, and it costs nearly $100,000. Money they simply don't have.
We're gonna do whatever it takes to get him there and get those vaccines.
And we're fighting for the best possible way to be here, to see him grow up, to graduate, to be there for him.
That's why they started a crowdfunding campaign to cover the cost.
It is cutting edge.
They remain hopeful, but say they've already been blessed.
Honestly, we have just been in awe.
In fact, Shannon believes he was chosen to have cancer.
I'm strong, I can handle it, and I can show others that if I can do it, you can too.
What motivates him, however, isn't what's spreading through his brain, but rather what fills his heart.
I need to be a father figure for my son, to show him how to treat people, how to grow up in a world that's not so kind, and to be that light.
A light for others.
Good job.
Like father, like son. In Justin, I'm Sean Giggy.
And those are your headlines from North Texas.